Hello, hello, my lovelies, and welcome back to the Kim Circle podcast. This is your host, Jessa Francis, a trauma-informed yogi, alcohol-free beverage consultant, and a holistic life and shadow work coach. I am super excited today. I have, again, for the second time, my beautiful friend and business partner and all of the things, the founder of Plant Magic Bottle Shop, Distill Express, High Vibe Women. She is an entrepreneur. She's launching her own new alcohol-free beverage. There's so many exciting things. Anahata, formerly Jamie Sabat. I'm so excited to talk to you because we have so many plans for 2026. We are riding the fire horse forward into the future together, side by side, just galloping our way. We've been working together for a couple years now, but things are really building. Like that heat, that momentum is like flying through. And I have I have like dubbed it in my head, get intoxicated with plant magic. Because you're Plant Magic Bottle Shop, I'm Get Intoxicated. And that's what we're doing. We're getting intoxicated with plant magic. It's like perfect, right? So that's our new slogan.
I love that. Let's get some t-shirts and some mugs.
Right? We need the branding. We need it all. So, and I'm ready for it. So we're gonna be doing so many fun things this year. And so I thought, what better thing to do than to get on and you and I just do our normal thing and just talk about what it is we're doing and what we're bringing to life this year. And we have so many aligned, beautiful, mutual goals, and that's why we are just such a power team. Last year, if you're here listening, you heard me. I talked about the Eudemonia Summit. That's this one. That's who I was doing this with. I went to the Longevity Fest that came from the Eudemonia Summit. Like all of this beautifulness is all rolling forward because of the years of accumulative work that we have been putting in to the alcohol-free beverage space and to kind of the mindful drinking culture and into the shift forward of elevated consciousness. Right? Like that's really like that's how we go, right?
And I think that's what we should talk about, Jessa. I love that you say that shift, because we were at the Eudemonia conference together doing this plant magic elixir bar, and it was 6 people deep. There was a line. There was so much electricity and energy happening. The credit card machines went down. People were so excited to be there that we took a break, that people were jumping over the bar and taking drinks.
Oh my gosh, yes.
So we see this. I love that you said that it's a shift. There is a shift happening where more and more people are waking up, coming alive, where they are accepting these functional beverages as the norm and not an alternative. And it's a part of their everyday life. Biohackers, people in the wellness space, doctors, yogis, spiritual gurus, we're all starting to see this functionality become the norm. So we were just chatting a little bit earlier, and if you want to talk about now, that was November, now we're in dry January, like some of the shifts that you're seeing, people saying that it's over, or what were you saying?
Oh yeah, no. So I keep seeing like Dry Atlas came out, Gia came out. There's a couple of different brands that they're saying Dry January is dead, and they're using it as a way of saying of getting attention, but then rolling it into this understanding that it's no big deal anymore. Dry January is just it. I have to kind of disagree. It is still a big deal, but because like you said, your sales at the shop are up. People are doing this more. People are still absolutely using this time of year as motivation to set intentions, resolutions, like they still desire that, like, this year I'm going to accomplish more. And you and I are doing that, right? Like we've been after it. We're setting intentions every day though. So the point is like Yes, it's becoming more mainstream. People are drinking less and people are owning their relationship with alcohol. The Surgeon General came out, it causes cancer, right? Like this is no joke and people are more and more and more aware of it. So it's not as trendy. It's not as big of a deal. That doesn't mean that it's still not, I think, relevant, right?
Right.
And
I love you. I love you bringing it up because I saw that as well of just like people in our industry, which is the exciting thing. We're saying, oh, the dry January is moving away because the functional beverages are becoming more of the norm. But I am seeing an increase in sales from December, just already in these few days in January, because people, the crowds, the masses, they still have a culture of going out and doing the holiday parties and imbibing more, and then in January look for that reset. So how do we guide them? How do we take this opportunity to guide more people? And what I'm seeing more than anything is a bigger trend in beverages in the industry.
Mhm.
So bone broths have really popped up. So we
Yeah.
actually in the shop we serve mushroom coffees and matchas from Everyday Doughs. I serve cacao, but bone broth hot chocolate with collagen protein marshmallows
Oh
are
my
like a really big trend right now. So I think beverages in general are becoming the norm. And I'm moving away from using the word mocktail to functional beverages. And I say, this is medicine. This is functional medicine. So now we're starting to see people in more of a routine of, I went to Costco. Like I went to Costco, there's a whole bone broth section. There was a whole protein section, collagen section, colostrum section. So these beverages becoming meal replacements or becoming more functional medicine,
God.
that I think is the new mindset, the new concept that it's more about the functionality and that it is real medicine and the movement away from pharmaceuticals being key. So I think it's so interesting that you brought that up
Mhm.
because it really is not just with what we would used to call mocktails. It's with all functional beverages. This
Yeah.
bone broth thing is like here, like every night, every time I look at my Instagram, it's another protein shake, protein
Yeah.
replacement, bone broth. So the consumer is more and more aware of
Mhm.
what they're putting into their body,
Yes.
and label reading, which I know is the intoxicated forte.
Mhm.
I would love for you to share more about what you do with label reading, ingredients, and that's why the functional beverages are becoming more alive as well.
Oh, absolutely. And so when you came to me and you were very first, like, I'm opening up a bottle shop, it's coming true, right? I was like, yes, let's do this. And you're like, I want everything to be clean. You got to help me. I was like, I'm on it. Let's do this. And, I talk about it all the time. Like, I don't want to drink preservatives, gums, fillers, emulsifiers. I don't want all these yucky flavorings. I don't want synthetic lab derived crap because I know that if I'm eating healthier, then I also need to pay attention to what I'm drinking because we're drinking sometimes more than we're eating, and if like all of it rolls around. And one of the big things that people are saying, just to tie this in there, is like, I don't want to pay all of this money and all this extra money for a mocktail. And I'm like, you're not paying that much money for a mocktail when you have functional medicine in a glass, when it's this craft elevated adaptogenic cocktail, right? Or it has like you'll pay that extra money for the mushroom bone broth coffee with the collagen mushroom marshmallows, you know what I mean? Like, because it's extra, it's more beautiful, it's a better experience, it's better for you, all of those things. And so all of that is what makes this very niche, very different, and a completely different conversation. We're not here talking about mocktails. We're here talking about functional medicine and specifically clean, healthy, actually paying attention to the ingredients functional medicine, because it's not one size fits all out there, folks. I mean, this, like right here behind me, like I have Curious Elixirs, I have Rossesfada, like I represent specific brands that are truly all natural. Like these don't have any of those junky ingredients. We have whole nutrients. We have, plant medicine, right? And plant magic, right? Which is so important. And when we're, like we're listening to these nutritionists and these functional medicine doctors talking about these, the food that we're eating, like we met Dr. William Lee, and he's actually, helped Amma and Chef Johanna like create this incredible menu, and it's all healthy and all natural. So like the food absolutely is still going to be like the star, but imagine you bring out that beautiful, clean, adaptogenic pomegranate Negroni with rhodiola, right? Thank you, Curious Elixirs, where you have this beautiful pairing with your Italian dish that is so much more and adding such a deeper elevated experience. And once again, just like you don't want the seed oils, you don't want sodium benzoate.
Right. And I love you bringing that up, Jessa, because I don't know if you have seen, this just came out yesterday that RFK, I won't go into politics with people, but RFK just released the new food pyramid.
I saw it.
This is what we have been talking about for years. And so Dr. William Lee, what you were talking about, Dr. Mark Hyman, who is the top functional medicine doctor in the world. We just saw him at Eudemonia speaking with Holly Berry, where they were on stage saying that alcohol is poison and to don't drink it. Dr. Mark Hyman created Function Health, which is a way for us to take our blood, urine samples, everything, do all of our labs to figure out what's going on with inside of our body, and to look at precancer cells and to look at the body in a holistic way, which is like mind-blowing in the medical industry that people are doing this. And it's like, this is what it's supposed to be, folks. It's supposed to be functional medicine. And Dr. William Lee coming in and doing that menu for Amma, but also Dr. Mark Hyman has partnered with Sweetgreen, and he is doing a full menu. So obviously Amma being luxury upscale restaurant, Sweetgreen, you can now go into Sweetgreen and get all the salads. I don't know if it's like this month or how long it's going on for, but he's partnered with Sweetgreen. So Sweetgreen all across the country, where you can go in and get your bowls and your salads created by Dr. Mark Hyman.
Oh my gosh, I did not know that. That's so cool.
Yeah, so this is happening, and the food pyramid just came out. So we're starting to see a shift even into politics and into the government, where the government is now telling the truth and saying we need meats, fats, dairy, cheeses, and grains are a smaller portion. I urge everyone to go look at this new food pyramid, and I urge you to share it with your children. This is, and we're both conscious parents. I'm a conscious parenting coach. This is how we change the world. Teach people how to nourish their bodies properly with food, with sunlight, with meditation, with yoga. If we can teach the world how to nourish themselves, imagine how much we can change. Like, this is breaking news. Like, this is revolutionary. That we're starting to see food as medicine, drinks as medicine. Then we don't need to go to the pharmaceutical companies. This is a huge shift in the world, like, to talk this way.
Oh yeah, and people are gonna start seeing it, because big soda's fighting back, the alcohol is industries fighting back, pharmaceuticals are going to be fighting back, and they have a lot of power, a lot of money, and it's going to be a fight. You know what I mean? And that's okay, because people, like, the elevated consciousness, right? It is arising, and it is making a huge difference, because people are not only realizing that food is medicine, but that the why behind that, right? Like we were never taught to actually have a bonded relationship with our body. We were never taught to have a bonded relationship with the thoughts we have, but when we are conscious, we do introspection, we do meditation so that we're actually even aware at all of our thoughts. And when we do that work, then we realize, oh, pile of crappy food just made me think and feel way different, and it's the whole thing, like all coming together in a beautiful, beautiful way. And so you and I, we went to Eudemonia. Why you and Chef Johanna of Ama, you like work together, and we put together this alcohol-free bar and lounge in a health and wellness space, right? So we're providing and we're walking the talk. That's what it comes down to, right? We're providing what we're actually saying, the right food, the right drinks, the right nourishment in these spaces. And you and I are going to continue that momentum, building out and helping more of these places walk their talk. Like my dream, my goal is to work with longevity centers, health and wellness clinics, resorts, hotels, spas, these places that are, like, hey, come in, spend all of this money to, optimize your health, but then they're not giving them the right drink.
I was going to say, I love you bringing that up too, because one of the other trends that's on the rise is biohacking travel and health tourism. And I follow quite a few influencers that are doing this, that they're like going to Brazil, going to Bali, and receiving and Turkey as well, high-end medical treatments and scans and all of that at a very, very low price. So we're starting to see people leave America, go to Mexico, go to Brazil, go to all these different places to get their teeth cleaned, to get a full body scan, to get all of this medical treatments that are unfortunately astronomical prices, or not even accessible to people in the US, but in other parts of the world, it's the norm. Go to Tokyo, like everyone lives to be like 100 there. You wonder why. It's the food and what they're doing. But we're starting to see this people going on vacation now as a reset. Whereas it used to be like, I'm going to Cancun, all you can drink bar, like, and let me get obliterated and party. We're seeing people putting their phone away, taking a reset, doing juices, hikes, getting into nature, doing plant medicine, doing shamanic journeys, doing retreats, doing conferences to reset their life, to become the best, most optimal version of themselves. The vacation scene is totally different now than it was in the 90s or whenever it was, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, I remember thinking that it was a common say to say, "Oh, I need a vacation for my vacation," because the vacations were not nourishing, they were not restorative, they were the opposite of that. You came back with more stress, more anxiety because you guzzled a bunch of alcohol, you partied all night, and now, yeah, the conversation has completely changed. No, if I'm going to take a vacation, I'm going to use it and I'm going to optimize. Like I'm truly going to help myself here. So yeah, that's so important, and that's part of it all. Like I cannot wait. So everybody listening, I'm getting ready to be up in DC with Anahata at the end of the month, and let's start telling them about all the things that we have planned.
Yeah, exactly. It was such an exciting year. Very exciting to do this 0 on 0 wellness summit. And we are so lucky and honored that AMA is going to be hosting us this year. So we're going to start the day off with cacao. We're going to have flower arranging. We're going to work on our archetypes. We're ending the day with a beautiful sound bath. But in between that, all of these amazing brands, functional beverages brands like Duomo are coming in from London. Ross,
Mhm.
we're going to have Curious there, and we're going to be tasting all of these beverages and having a lunch served to us from Ama, which is so exciting.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and then traveling, like all over. We're going to be going up to Dry Vibes with Drew in Philadelphia and hosting there. And my bottle Genesis is coming out, which is a sparkling kava beverage.
Yes, tell them
Damiana.
all about Genesis. This is so
Yeah, so
exciting.
Genesis is really my journey with like my conversations with God. And I'm, happy to share, like, as a conscious parent, a divorced parent, a single mom, opening a business, my relationship with God is just what has been able to get me through all the ups and downs and challenges.
Mm.
And so Genesis is really where God gave us the seed. God created the heavens and earth, and he said it was good. And so kava is a new ingredient really that's up and coming right now, which gives you an elevated, relaxing feeling without any adverse effects
Mm.
from West Polynesia. And we're combining that with Damiana and saffron. A heart opener, and also one of the saffron's one of the highest quality ingredients, coming from Iran, that really is antidepressant, anti-anxiety. So when you drink this beverage, you're really just going to be feeling so great, feeling an elevation. And that's what I wish that I had when I was like in my 20s in New York City, working in fashion, popping bottles and like drinking heavily and being around men and just all of this. I'm giving young women, and I mean everyone, but young women in particular, a chance to celebrate without the adverse effects of alcohol and to really raise their vibe. So
Oh
I'm
my gosh.
very proud and excited for this launch.
Yes. Oh my gosh. No, I'm
Yeah.
really excited about, the story behind it really makes it. And then you have these ingredients that are so there's a lot of different things on the market, right? And your specific combination is very rare. Like that's not heard of, that's not available. So you have something very different, very unique. And like this is gonna be like an aphrodisiac. This is really gonna make you feel good. So I mean, you are going to be able to really have that elevated experience with this beverage because yeah, kava is just like this overall beautiful body feel, this sense of relaxation without getting tired. Damiana just adds to the punch right there. Like you're really gonna feel good in your body. And then the incredible, beautiful body and mind benefits of saffron. Saffron has been used for centuries as actual functional medicine, right? So so many great flavors and like the effect, right? So and that's what I tell people when they, because I don't feel like there's a big enough conversation around adaptogens as it is. Adaptogens, nootropics, a lot of people still have little to no information. What is an adaptogen? And it's a botanical ingredient that helps you adapt to stress. But so you're lowering your cortisol, you're boosting your serotonin, you're working with the beautiful power, like the natural power of the body to do what it's meant to do. Like this really is like a God-given gift. Like this is coming from nature into your body to support you and to support the way that you can deal with stress. And we're all stressed, right? Like it's universal. And we need to
Well,
be, yeah, we need to
yeah,
change the conversation around like instead of drinking that beer to unwind, we drink the kava, right?
Well, and I love that you said aphrodisiac as well, because that is one of the intentions with the bottle. I feel like dating and like relationships are extremely strained right now. And people use alcohol as an elixir. Like guys are like, let me get her a couple of drinks. And it's like, no, we want to be heart connected. So this is really a beverage to transform our social environment of dating as well and connectivity. So this is like, it has that aphrodisiac property to it of like, let's connect with the heart. Let's not connect over alcohol where like my senses are down and I'm not my full self. Let's really connect with the heart. And that is the purpose of the beverage.
No,
So,
100%. And that, I mean, that beautifully ties in with your past work as well as like a cacao ceremonialist. You've been doing that for a long time. And, cacao, that's all about the heart. So I love that you now have the celebratory, version of that. How incredible. Oh,
yeah.
I'm so excited for you. Congratulations on that. When is so is the launch is officially is
Well, so everyone can taste at when we're at Dry Vibes
okay,
and also at the Zero on Zero Festival, which will
right.
be great for everyone to taste. But we're doing a Valentine's
Yes.
Day. That's like really the launch of it is on Valentine's Day. So I hope everyone, in the DMV can come on out, taste it, get yourself a bottle, celebrate your Valentine or Galentine, whatever you'd like to celebrate. But it's really just about connecting and community and the heart and not needing these poisons like alcohol to lower our senses. And we want to connect with the heart. So that's Valentine's Day.
Oh, that's perfect. Yes. So Valentine's Day launch of the brand and yeah, no. And then we're gonna be together pretty much March, April, May. We're gonna be doing all of the things, going to all of the different conferences and expos and summits and yeah, definitely just stay in tune and keep up to date on our socials. You can follow Anahata on her socials. I'll link everything in the bio of this podcast. She's at Distill Express, and then is it at Plant Magic Bottle Shop?
It's Sip Plant Magic.
Sip Plant Magic. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely just to stay up to date on the socials. We'll be
Yeah.
posting about it all the time and all the different places we're going and things we're seeing. And yeah, we're just gonna be those people.
And I just feel like I'm so glad you're saying that, Jessica, because we really do have a roster of social events that we are taking over with functional beverages. And it's like, this is the year that if you want to know more about adaptogens and functional beverages, you're going to learn it from us. We're going to be speaking, we're going to be sharing content all about what this is. And Jessica and I are on a mission. This is not just like, oh, we're doing some tastings. We are on a mission to share functional medicine. That is what we're doing here. And it's not a joke or a game or like a pretty mock. I mean, it is pretty, but it is serious health. It
Mhm.
is serious functionality and it is serious medicine.
It is serious medicine, and like just really quickly, I do want to. I talked about this on a previous episode, and if you want to do the deep dive, go back and listen to it. I went to the Longevity Fest, like I said, and this is a place that is put on by a association called A4M, or the American Association of Anti-Aging Medicine. It's a mouthful. But so we know that alcohol takes years off your life. We know this, right? It's been proven, and this is a conference that is filled with professionals, scientists, doctors, and at the end of every day, they had beer and wine and alcohol was coming out, and I was there with the alcohol-free options and just a little corner booth and just kind of like taking stock and seeing what was what and doing my networking and all of that. And I'm standing there going, wow, it was amazing to me the amount of people that are there talking about anti-aging, curing aging, and then going and doing one thing that they know is proven to take years off their life, right? And I'm standing there with Rasa Svada, which is clinically proven to add years to your life. And so there's still, yes, there's serious work to be done. There is serious, deep conversations that still need to be had. There's too many people that do not know that this is available, that they can drink something and have a moment and have that beautiful cocktail and still celebrate, socialize with something that is going to actually support their overall mission. And it's really just proof right there that this is deeply socially ingrained. This is a cultural habit that has gripped us for hundreds of years. And so this doesn't come from a place of judgment at all, zero, right? Like we don't know what we know until we know it. And so you and I, we're out there making sure that the education is available. We're out there making sure that we are loud enough to be heard and getting into the spaces where, so I'm hoping that come December of 2026, we're at A4M with, we'll be there with the open bar and all of the alcohol-free options that are going to help them, like I said, walk their talk, right?
Yeah.
And the health and wellness spaces, the yoga studios. If you are out there and you have a business or you are frequenting a health and wellness space that could use our support, just reach out, let us know. We will be on it. And we will be after it.
Yeah, well, I love you saying that because it's just the awareness, this culture indoctrination of like getting a glass of wine and like people have expense accounts and budgets to spend on alcohol, right? So it's ingrained in our culture and it's awareness. Like every day in the shop, like I'm boots on the ground, people come in and they're like, I had no idea these things existed.
Yeah.
So we are on a mission to bring the awareness, because if you have the option, like even when we were at Eudemonia, there was alcohol served at a certain point. People had the option and they chose our option because they knew and they were aware. But there's no option out there. So we have a big mission to educate people and to get awareness because they don't even know that it exists. I don't know, how long has Rasa Savada been available?
Ross's has been around at least 5 years. But it was just I would say a year and a half, 2 years ago most, that they had the actual clinical studies done. Why longevity scientists got it. I mean, because it you have to pay for that. There's a lot of, it goes behind like taking this and saying like, does this and can this actually add years to your life? And it was proven. They had all of the markers for both the ruby artemisia and the black ginger. And these are some incredible drinks, right? Like the black ginger, you can put in your coffee in the morning. The rose bergamot is incredible for your immunity, vitality. It has Shoshandra berry. It's going to give you a wonderful body feel. It's amazing in the middle of the day. Ruby artemisia is skin health, gut health. I mean, like you name it. And longevity, like actual proven, clinically proven longevity. So, I mean, it's really, really cool stuff. And it is 100% plants. It is 100% medicine. So some people, like they don't have the elevated palate for that. They don't have that, like you have to kind of work your way into wanting to drink black coffee, for example. And that's why there's more and more options, and pretty soon we're gonna have Genesis, and you know what I mean? Like, so there's something for everyone out there. If you don't like one thing, that's okay. Plenty more, and it's one of the best parts about being in this industry is like knowing Philip from Domo, knowing Connor from Rasa, knowing you from Genesis, and JW from Curious Elixirs. These are, Ian and Carly from All the Bitter, like some of the most salt of the earth, genuine, incredible people that we're all doing this together with true heart, with soul, with, like something that you can feel good about connecting with and putting your money into. Like, do you think about, consciousness in general? There's so many ways to consciously consume, and purchasing, that's a huge thing. Where you put your money makes a huge difference in the world,
Yeah.
right? So, yeah, put your money where your mouth is.
Right. And that's why everyone call us to speak at all of your events so that we can educate these people and remove this indoctrination that alcohol is a normal thing to do. It's drinking poison, it's taking years off of your life. We have to educate people and we have to share with them. And great opportunity to share this with our children too. Like, let's change the indoctrination. Let's move forward into the next generation Gen Z is already doing it, which is great, but we've got to stop acting like this is a normal thing to do. Like, please, people, let's
Oh, I know. And
move forward.
I've heard you talk to your little ones, and I'm always talking to my kids. They're seeing the shift in me from the last couple years. They saw me when I was drinking too much wine and heavy in that mommy wine culture. And then they've seen the shift. They've seen me, like, all of a sudden, like, I have like clarity and like so much excitement and ambition, and I'm more conscious and I'm more connected and I'm more available to them, and so just setting the example is one of the best things that you can do as a conscious parent. But then, even more than that, allowing yourself to change the way you speak about your relationship with your body, with your food, changing the way you talk about these things. And we can play victim and we can say, well, I didn't have that. My parents didn't do that for me, and be upset. But we can also recognize they didn't have access. They didn't
Right.
have a clue, right? We're the first generation that even has this available. Like, the oldest alcohol-free option on the market is probably Curious Elixirs.
Yeah.
And that's only, this year is their 11th year. That's 11 years. That's nothing. And you know what I mean? So it's really, we are the ones to pick up the torch, to carry it forward, and to be that guiding light for the generations to come.
Yeah. I do say it, sister. We're doing. Everyone's got to reach out. This is our mission, and 2026 is the year.
Yes, 100%. Oh, I love you, and I can't wait to be up there with you. I'm gonna be hauling up all of the goodies, and gonna get to spend a couple weeks with you and the babes. Just so excited. So I think we'll call it for today, but trust me, we'll be back on here, I'm sure, with all kinds of updates.
Yes, we have many, and every day there's something new. And
Mhm.
yeah, it's very exciting what we already have planned for January, but stay tuned for February for more.
But indeed, indeed. Yes. So I just want to say thank you again for coming on. Thank you for all the work that you're doing, and I love you so much. So the Kim Circle, right? I named this podcast the Kim Circle, my membership the Kim Circle, because a Kim is a Celtic symbol, and it represents a sacred space where you can be held. It's where you can drop your masks, do the real work, and you feel safe, protected, and you have that sense of unconditional love. And Anahata, you are one of my Kims. You are one of those sacred, beautiful spaces, and I'm so honored to, every time we work together, it's like I can feel that energy of that beautiful Kim circle wrapped around us. We're settled in, we're after it. So, and that's what this all represents, as it comes back to tribe, community, connection, and then in that connection And with that power, we can step into more awareness, we can integrate, we can manifest, we can build momentum, we can make big time systemic world change. And I'm honored to be changing the world with you. So, if anybody, please, if anybody's inspired, if anybody wants to learn more, reach out to us. We are open. We are ready to have conversations. We are ready to talk. Reach out to us. We love you. We're here for you. We're doing this for the collective. Share this with anybody you know needs to hear more about this, is curious about this. And yes, all the things in the bio below, and I'll be back next week as usual. All right, I love you all, and we will talk soon.
See you guys.